I went to like that holistic doctor or something, and she said I need more vitamin D. And so I asked her, does that mean I need to go book a ticket to Mexico? She's like, yeah, sure. Or just make sure you sit outside for 15-30 minutes every day.
Thanks, Doc.
So cute. Same. Oh. So we don't live in Skid Row, but if we want to go downtown, we have to go through 7th Street. That's not really Skid Row, but I think it's interesting because there's still a lot of stuff going on here. Morning! Or one of our favorite restaurants in the flower market. I'm definitely gonna get my bike stolen one of these days. I don't have a very secure system because I don't want to bother. Daniel has a very secure system. Thanks. Yep, that's about it. Stay safe. This place makes bomb-ass fried chicken. Holy smokes. And this is what I'm eating. I thought it would be fun today to show you how I edit photos on Lightroom. Oh, I'm learning. What? Learning things. Yum, 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 yum. Boom. Learning, putting things in my brain. I'm putting things in my brain. Boom. So here we are in Lightroom. I've already imported these photos, but if you need to import photos, go to import and you can find where they are. In this instance, it was already on my camera. So you would just add it and then say where you want to put it. It's really important that you do that because then it'll save all of the edits that you've done. It'll be a really, really small file. So you wanna make sure you do that. So now you're here and you wanna go into the top right and click on develop so that you can start developing this bad boy. So then, I've already edited a couple of them, but let me show you what happens when you start editing. Okay, so I'm gonna click this button right here that says reset. So this is what the photo looked like originally. What you can do is you can go to this side, section here, and like mess around with the exposure. Now, if this was a JPEG, you'd see a lot of pixelation, but because it's a camera raw file, it's almost as if you're manipulating it in the camera as you're shooting it. That's what's really cool about Lightroom. So then I can add contrast if I want to, or highlights. So highlights like that. Clarity is always good. And then let's say that I buy a lot of Visco filters. So Visco is a really great company. The founders are photographers. They originally started making Lightroom pack because they wanted to replicate the analog film. And when you add it, you can just like go through a bunch of their filters. Do I like this one or do I like another one? You could do snapshot where it's like, this one was Kodak Portra. And then if you want, you can reset it and try another one. What I'm doing here is I'm pressing copy and paste. So that's even cooler. You can copy and paste filters. Seriously, it's really awesome. That's mainly the reason why I use Lightroom. Let's say that I really love this. I love this guy. So I'm gonna copy this, and then over here, I'm gonna reset this one and paste that. And then I'm gonna call this one other filter. So now I can toggle between the two and see which one I like. I can just copy that, and then if I want, I can go on another image that has nothing on it and do it there. Now this photo here, because like I was like moving forward a little bit, it's got a little bit of darkness on the bottom. This is my other favorite thing about Lightroom. So if I click on this top right thing, I can make a really quick gradient and mess with the shadows. So that's really dark shadows, and here's really light shadows, and if I want, I can just bring up the exposure a little bit so that it's not so dark down there, and press done. I can do the same thing over here, like that. Bring the shadows like this, maybe a little up like that, and then done, son. You can also do like a gradient circle. Let's say I just wanted this right here, and I don't really want the shadows to be too light, but maybe I want the contrast to be a little darker, and then maybe the highlights so it'll sparkle more, like that. Ooh, isn't this mask dope? I mean, I'm not a flower person, but I really dig this stuff. Then I'm gonna bring clarity. I love clarity. Clarity is just kind of like levels. I don't know why they call them different stuff, but here you go. Now, what if you're like, oh man, I really wish that this was photoshopped. So you can always just bring it into Photoshop. You can edit in Photoshop. CC, Creative Cloud. Big fan of Adobe Photoshop Creative Cloud, by the way, because I don't even know how much, I think it's like 50 bucks a month, but then you get access to anything, like any Adobe Photoshop. Let me show you how that works. Adobe Creative Cloud. So that should pull up in a second. There you go. That's why I have Premiere Pro, After Effects, Media Encoder comes with it, Photoshop, Lightroom, Illustrator, Adobe Acrobat, InDesign. It's all amazing. And you get access to the library Creative Cloud feature, which is really fucking cool. So like if I wanted to bring it in Photoshop, just come over here, say I wanted to just make this a little bit smoother, you know, just, this is like a whole Photoshop tutorial later. But anyways, I'm not gonna go crazy on this. Just save it so you get the idea. Close that and check it out. It's right here. So this is the original one, this one, and then this one is the Photoshopped one. I mean, they look the same to me. So yeah, so you can go through and do all that. It's really, really easy to export stuff. So like if I wanted to just export these, I could just click on this, right click, and export. When you export it, you can put it in a subfolder, you can call it whatever you want. What I love is making the file size 500K, because most of the time these will be for web, so 500 kilobytes per image is pretty good. And then I like to resize the long edge, so smart, to 1500 pixels, because that's usually just fine enough. And then you export it out and it'll spit it out into a folder, and then you're done. I love Lightroom, it's the best. If you wanna hear more tutorials on Lightroom, this is kind of like a super breezy one, or any other tutorial, let me know. I would love to hear it. Okay, time to eat, I think. Food. Whoop, I completely forgot I was supposed to go to this thing. Just kidding. No, I really did. I'm so glad they emailed me. Just really getting into my freelance work. I was almost done with it and totally did not look at the time. So I'm supposed to go talk about UX design. Daylight savings is messing with me. Good thing that it's in downtown LA, because otherwise I would be late. Okay.
You gotta, oh.
Hey!
Hey!
Yeah! Oh, it's vlogged. I'm vlogging.
Oh, it's